Welcome to Fearless Audio, where powerful words meet fearless hearts. Today you are about to begin a journey that could change everything. This is Inspire Action, written by David B. Latham, a book not just meant to be heard, but to be lived. This is not a book filled with empty dreams or distant promises. This is a call to move, a call to rise, a call to finally become the person you were meant to be. Inside you, there is a power, a dream, a fire that is waiting, just waiting for you to take that first step. This audiobook will remind you that you don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You don't need permission from the world. You already have everything you need inside you. As you listen, you will feel it. The strength inside you waking up, the courage you thought you lost rising again, the belief that you can and you will build the life you dream about. Each word you hear is a step closer to action. Each moment you listen is a moment closer to the life you deserve. This is your time. This is your moment. And this is your story to write. Before we begin, we invite you to support Fearless Audio, a place where brave words are brought to life. Your support helps us continue to share inspiring audiobooks like this one, reaching more hearts, lighting more paths, and building a fearless community together. If this message touches your heart, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Every bit of support keeps the fire burning and helps these powerful words reach the people who need them most. Now, take a deep breath, open your heart, and get ready to inspire action. The journey starts now. Introduction: the power inside you. Every great story, every powerful change, every dream that became real, they all started with one thing: action. Not just big actions, but small ones. Not just actions when everything felt easy, but even when it was hard, messy, and uncertain. Action is what separates a dreamer from a doer. And in this book, you will discover that you already have everything you need to take action and create the life you want. Many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment, waiting to feel ready, waiting for a sign that it's time. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect moment. There will never be a time when everything feels easy and clear. The people who change their lives and the world are not the ones who wait. They are the ones who act even when they are scared, even when they are unsure. You do not have to be fearless to act. You do not have to have it all figured out. You just need to believe that your steps matter and that you are worthy of the dreams inside you. This book is your guide to action. Each chapter is filled with ideas, stories, and encouragement to help you move forward. You will learn how to spark your inner drive, overcome fear, stay motivated, and keep taking steps even when things get tough. You will see how your action, no matter how small, can inspire not just your own life, but the lives of people around you. You are more powerful than you realize. Inside you, there is strength, courage, and potential waiting to be unleashed. Action is the key that unlocks it all. Your first step might be small, but it is still a beginning. And once you begin, momentum will carry you further than you ever thought possible. You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need someone to tell you that you're good enough. You already are, right here, right now. This world needs your dreams. It needs your heart. It needs your action. So let this book be your call to move. Let it remind you that even one brave step can start a powerful journey. Let it inspire you to leave hesitation behind and walk boldly toward the life you deserve. Your story is waiting to be written, not with wishes, but with action. Let's begin. Chapter 1: The Power Within You. You are stronger than you think. Right now, inside of you, there is more power, more courage, and more potential than you may ever realize. It doesn't matter where you come from, what mistakes you've made, or how far you think you are from your dreams. Every single person has a fire inside them. The only question is, will you light it? Sometimes we believe that success and greatness belong only to a few special people. Maybe we think only those born in rich families or those with rare talents are allowed to do great things. But that's not true. History is full of stories where normal, everyday people did amazing things because they believed in their inner power. Think about Thomas Edison. He was not a man born with endless resources. He faced failure thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. He wasn't lucky. He was determined. Each failure could have stopped him, but he knew that the power to continue was already inside him. And because he kept going, the world became a brighter place. The truth is, action doesn't begin outside of you. It starts within. It's not about waiting for the perfect time, the perfect feeling, or the perfect opportunity. It's about believing that you are already enough to start now. When you realize that you are not missing anything you truly need, everything changes. You stop waiting for a sign. You stop asking for permission. You stop doubting whether you are worthy. You simply begin. Many of us live our lives like we're waiting to be chosen. Chosen for a job, chosen for success, chosen for happiness. But the real secret is this: you have already been chosen. You chose yourself the moment you decided to take your first step toward your dreams. Inside of you is a strength that the world needs. There is a dream that only you can bring to life. No one else has your voice, your mind, your heart, or your hands. No one else has your experiences, your struggles, or your victories. That makes you unique. That makes you powerful. Action begins with belief. If you don't believe you can do something, you will never even try. Belief is the engine that moves you forward, even when you are tired or scared. When you believe that you can make a difference, even a small one, you begin to act differently. You stand taller, you speak louder, you step forward with more courage. But belief isn't something you wait for, it's something you build. Just like a muscle, belief grows stronger every time you use it. Every small action you take, even when you're uncertain, adds to your confidence. Every step forward is proof that you are capable, and every success, no matter how small, is a message from your soul that says, see, you can do this. Take the example of Malala Yousafzai. She was just a young girl in Pakistan, living in a place where girls were not encouraged to get an education. But she knew inside her heart that learning was powerful. She believed that she had the right to go to school, even when people around her said otherwise. Her belief turned into action, and her action inspired the world. She didn't wait until she was older, richer, or safer. She simply started where she was, with what she had. You have that same spirit inside you. Maybe your dream is different. Maybe your path looks nothing like hers. That's okay. Your journey is meant to be yours. What matters is that you stop underestimating yourself. The power you need is not somewhere far away. It's already inside you, waiting for you to say, I'm ready. Another important truth is this: you don't have to feel strong to be strong. Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means taking action even when fear is present. Many great leaders, artists, inventors, and everyday heroes were scared when they took their first steps. They just didn't let fear make their decisions. Consider J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Before she became famous, she was a single mother living on government support. She wrote her first book in coffee shops because she couldn't afford to heat her home. She sent her manuscript to many publishers and they rejected her, but she kept believing. She kept writing. She kept trying. Today, her stories have touched millions of lives around the world, all because she trusted the power inside her and refused to give up. You are no different. You have ideas. You have dreams. You have visions of what your life could be like. That's not an accident. Those dreams were placed inside you for a reason. They are calling you to action. Every great journey begins with one simple decision: to believe that what's inside you is stronger than what's outside you. The outside world will bring challenges, doubts, critics, and setbacks. That's part of life. But the strength inside you can always be bigger than the obstacles in front of you if you choose to feed it. How do you feed your inner power? You feed it by taking small steps every day. You feed it by speaking kindly to yourself, even when you feel afraid. You feed it by surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, not those who pull you down. You feed it by celebrating your efforts, not just your results. The more you trust yourself, the louder your inner voice becomes. And when that voice becomes louder than your doubts, you are unstoppable. There will always be reasons to delay action. There will always be things you wish you had more of: more time, more money, more experience. But what you have right now is enough to take your first step. And once you take the first, the second becomes easier. Momentum builds. Confidence grows. Before you know it, you're doing things you once thought were impossible. Real power isn't about having control over others. It's about having control over yourself, your actions, your thoughts, and your beliefs. It's about refusing to let fear, doubt, or failure define you. It's about choosing action over hesitation and hope over fear. So today, make a choice. Believe that the power you need is already inside you. You don't have to wait any longer. You don't have to ask for permission. You are ready. You are capable. You are powerful. The world is waiting for you to act. The question is, are you ready to answer? Chapter 2, Break the Chains of Fear. Fear is a natural part of life. Every person, no matter how brave they seem, has felt fear at some point. It shows up in different ways. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of looking foolish, fear of losing what we have, and even fear of success. Fear whispers in our ear, what if you're not good enough? It makes us freeze. It makes us doubt. It makes us stop before we even start. But fear is not the enemy. Fear is only a signal, like a flashing light, telling us that we are stepping outside our comfort zone. It is a sign that we are moving towards something new, something important. If you feel fear, it often means you are standing at the door of a great opportunity. The real danger is not feeling fear. It is letting fear control you. Imagine a bird born in a cage. It grows up believing that the cage is the whole world. Even when the door is open, it might stay inside because it's afraid of what's beyond. Fear can create an invisible cage around your life. It can keep you from taking chances, trying new things, or following your dreams. It can keep you small when you were meant to be free. You're not meant to live trapped by fear. You are meant to fly. One powerful way to break free from fear is to understand it. Most fears are not based on facts. They are based on stories we tell ourselves. We imagine everything that could go wrong, and we make it bigger in our minds than it really is. But when we face fear directly, we often find that it loses its power. Take Rosa Parks, for example. In 1955, she made a simple but brave decision. She refused to give up her seat on a bus to a white passenger. At that time, such an action was dangerous. She must have been scared, but she didn't let fear stop her. Her courage helped ignite a movement that changed history. She didn't wait until she was fearless. She acted even though she was afraid. That's the secret. You don't need to be fearless to take action. You just need to decide that your dreams are bigger than your fears. When fear comes, don't try to fight it or push it away. Instead, recognize it. Say to yourself, I see you, fear. I know why you're here, but I'm choosing to move forward anyway. Talking to your fear in this way takes away its control. It reminds you that you are in charge, not fear. Another way to deal with fear is to break your goal into smaller steps. Fear often feels overwhelming because we think about the big picture all at once. We worry about all the things that could go wrong. But when you focus on just the next small step, fear shrinks. You don't have to climb the whole mountain today. You just have to take the next step. Think about learning to swim. If someone throws you straight into deep water, you might panic. But if you start by putting your feet in the shallow end, then practice floating, then slowly learn to paddle, you build confidence step by step. Facing fear works the same way. Start small. Keep moving. Grow stronger with every step. There's a beautiful story about a man named Cliff Young. At 61 years old, he entered one of the world's toughest races, a 544-mile ultra-marathon in Australia. Everyone else had fancy gear and lots of training. Cliff showed up wearing work boots and overalls. People laughed at him. They thought he had no chance. But Cliff had something powerful. He wasn't afraid of hard work, and he wasn't afraid of looking different. While the others ran fast and rested at night, Cliff jogged slowly but never stopped. In the end, he won the race, shocking the world. He didn't listen to fear or doubt. He just kept going. You don't need to be the fastest, the smartest, or the strongest. You just need to be willing to move forward, even when fear is standing in your path. Sometimes fear comes because we care deeply. It means we are stepping into something that matters to us. Instead of seeing fear as a stop sign, we can see it as a green light, proof that we are moving towards something meaningful. If you didn't care, you wouldn't be scared. So when fear shows up, take it as a compliment. It means you are alive. It means you are growing. Another important truth is that failure is not the end of the world. Many people fear failure so much that they never even try. But failure is not a full stop. It's just a comma in your story. Every person who has ever achieved something great has failed many times. They learned, they adjusted, and they kept moving. Think about Walt Disney. Early in his career, he was fired from a newspaper job because they said he had no imagination. Later, one of his first companies went bankrupt, but he didn't let those failures define him. He kept dreaming. He kept creating. Today, Disney is a name known and loved by millions. None of that would have happened if he had let fear and failure stop him. You have a choice. You can listen to fear and stay where you are, or you can listen to your dreams and move forward, even with fear whispering in your ear. Here's something you can remember when fear feels big. Action reduces fear. The more you wait, the bigger fear grows in your mind. The more you act, the smaller fear becomes. Even a tiny step forward can make a huge difference. Courage is not something you have before you act. It's something you build as you act. You don't have to feel brave to be brave. You just have to take the next step. Over time, as you take more steps, you'll notice something beautiful. Fear loses its grip. It may never disappear completely, and that's okay. But it won't control you anymore. You will have learned to live with it, to dance with it, and to move forward despite it. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, looking at a river far below. Fear tells you, you can't jump, you'll fall, you'll fail. But then you build a bridge, one small plank at a time. Each action is a plank. Each step forward adds another piece. Before you know it, you have built a bridge strong enough to carry you across. Your dreams are waiting on the other side of fear. Freedom, growth, and joy are waiting too. But you must take the first step. So today, look fear in the eye, smile at it, thank it for trying to protect you, and then move forward anyway. You are not your fear. You are your courage. You are your dreams. You are your actions. Break the chains, take the step, inspire action, starting with yourself. Chapter 3. Clarity creates movement. Imagine trying to run a race without knowing where the finish line is. You might run in circles. You might waste your energy. You might even give up because you feel lost. That's what happens when we try to take action without clarity. When you are clear about what you want, every step you take has power. Every action has a direction. Clarity is like a map for your dreams. It tells you where you are going and why it matters. Without it, even hard work can feel empty. With it, even small steps feel meaningful. Many people stay stuck not because they are lazy, but because they are confused. They have too many options. They worry about making the wrong choice. They are afraid of picking the wrong path. So they stand still. They think and think but never move. The truth is, clarity doesn't always come from more thinking. It comes from action. When you move, you learn. You discover what feels right. You see what works and what doesn't. Each step gives you more information. Clarity grows when you are willing to try, even before you feel 100% ready. Take the story of Elon Musk. Before he became known for Tesla and SpaceX, he had many ideas. He started small with online businesses. He didn't wait to have a perfect plan for changing the world. He took action with the knowledge he had, and along the way, his vision became clearer. Today, his companies are shaping the future, not because he had all the answers at the start, but because he dared to move forward and figure things out. You don't need to know everything to start. You just need to know your next step. Ask yourself simple questions. What do I really want? Why does it matter to me? What is one small action I can take today? The clearer you are about your desires, the easier it becomes to say no to distractions. Clarity gives you strength. It helps you focus your energy instead of wasting it on things that don't lead to your dreams. Sometimes people say, I don't know what I want. If you feel that way, don't worry. It doesn't mean you are lost forever. It just means you haven't given yourself enough time to listen. In a world full of noise, taking quiet time to reflect is powerful. Spend a few minutes each day asking yourself, what makes me feel alive? What do I do that makes me lose track of time? These small reflections can point you toward your true path. There's a story about a woman named Jessica Watson. At just 16 years old, she sailed solo around the world. Imagine the courage it took to set out on such a dangerous journey at such a young age. She had clarity. She knew exactly what she wanted, to prove to herself and to others that she could do it. That clarity pushed her through storms, loneliness, and doubt. Without clear purpose, she might have given up when things got hard, but her vision kept her moving. Clear goals act like a light in the dark. Even when the path is rough, you can see where you are heading. Even when you feel tired, you remember why you started. Clarity also protects you from the opinions of others. When you are unclear, you are easily swayed by what other people think you should do. But when you know your destination, you stay steady, even if others don't understand. Not everyone will support your dreams. Not everyone will see your vision. That's okay. It's not their job to understand. It's your job to stay clear and committed. Another important truth about clarity is that it brings peace. When you know what matters most to you, you stop fighting unnecessary battles. You stop chasing every shiny thing. You focus on what is truly important. You use your time, your energy, and your heart wisely. Let's think about someone like Marie Curie. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the only person to win Nobel Prizes in 2 different sciences. Her journey was not easy. She faced poverty, discrimination, and huge personal losses, but she had crystal clear clarity about her purpose. She wanted to discover, to learn, to serve humanity through science. That clarity gave her the strength to keep going even when life became almost unbearable. You too have a purpose. You might not see it clearly yet, but it's there. It's waiting for you to uncover it. The more you listen to your heart and the less you listen to fear, the clearer it will become. Here's something to remember. Clarity is not something you find once and then never think about again. It's something you refresh day after day. Dreams can grow. Purposes can shift. That's natural. Staying clear simply means staying connected to what matters most right now. One simple exercise to build clarity is this. Take a sheet of paper. At the top, write, if I could create anything in my life, what would it be? Then write without judgment. Don't worry about being realistic. Don't worry about what others will think. Write from your heart. Dreams written down often become goals. Goals become plans, and plans turn into actions that change your life. Another powerful thing to remember is that clarity and action work together like best friends. Action sharpens clarity. Clarity fuels better action. It's a beautiful circle. You don't have to sit and wait for lightning to strike. You create clarity by moving your feet, trying new things, learning from your mistakes, and trusting your gut. So if you feel stuck right now, start small. Choose one thing that matters to you. Take one tiny step. Maybe it's sending an email, making a phone call, signing up for a class, or even just writing your dream down. That small act is not small at all. It's powerful because it breaks the cycle of confusion and replaces it with movement. You were not born to wander aimlessly. You were born to create, to dream, and to act purpose. You were born to live a life that lights you up from the inside out. Clarity is not a gift given to a lucky few. It's a choice, a habit, and a promise you make to yourself. A promise that says, I will not let fear, doubt, or noise steal my dreams. Today, you have a choice. Stay stuck in the fog or start moving toward the light. Trust that as you move forward, the path will become clearer. Trust that every step you take matters. Trust that your heart knows the way. Your dreams are waiting. Your purpose is calling. The world needs what only you can create. Be brave. Get clear. Move forward. Chapter 4. Small steps, big changes. When people think about making their dreams come true, they often imagine needing to make huge moves. They think they must quit their job overnight, start a business with no plan, or move across the world. Because these ideas feel so big and scary, many people never start at all. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect feeling. And while they wait, their dreams stay frozen. The truth is, you don't have to take giant leaps to change your life. You just have to take small steps, one after another. Small steps may seem simple, they may seem slow, but they are powerful beyond measure. Every great success story you see began with someone taking one small action when they could have easily done nothing. Action, even tiny action, builds momentum, and momentum builds dreams. Think about planting a tree. You don't plant a seed today and expect to sit under its shade tomorrow. You water it, take care of it, and give it time to grow. Every drop of water you give it is a small action. Every day you protect it is a small decision. Over time, those small acts create something strong and lasting. In the same way, your dreams need small daily actions. You don't need to transform your entire life overnight. You just need to do one thing today that brings you closer to where you want to be. Consider the story of Malala Yousafzai. As a young girl in Pakistan, she simply wanted to go to school. At a time when girls' education was under attack, she chose to speak out. She wrote about her life. She shared her story. She took small, brave steps, even when it was dangerous. Her voice grew louder with time, and today she is a symbol of courage for millions. It started with one young girl writing about her simple wish to learn. One step, one voice, one choice. Sometimes people think small steps don't matter. They believe that if they can't do something huge, it's better to do nothing at all. But that's a lie fear tells us. The greatest changes in life are often the result of hundreds of small steps no one sees. A small decision today can create a wave of change tomorrow. Imagine someone who wants to run a marathon. On the first day, they don't run 26 miles. They may only run for 5 minutes. Maybe they just walk around the block, but they keep showing up. Day after day, they add a little more. Slowly, their body grows stronger. Their mind becomes tougher. By the time race day comes, they are ready. Not because they made one giant leap, but because they made 1,000 tiny ones. You can do the same in your life. You can build strength one moment at a time. Here's the beauty of small steps. They are less scary. You don't have to risk everything. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be willing to move forward, little by little. Another reason small steps are so powerful is that they help you build trust with yourself. Every time you follow through on a small action, you prove to yourself, I can do it. You start to believe in your own ability to create change. Confidence grows from keeping promises to yourself, even tiny ones. There's a story about a Japanese technique called Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. It's the idea that making small, daily changes leads to big success over time. Companies have used Kaizen to transform their workplaces. Athletes have used it to become champions. Ordinary people have used it to rebuild their lives. It teaches us that progress doesn't come from huge efforts once in a while. It comes from small, steady steps taken every day. When you feel overwhelmed by how far you have to go, bring your focus back to just one step. What is one thing you can do today? Maybe it's reading one chapter of a book. Maybe it's making one phone call. Maybe it's writing one page of your story. These small actions matter more than you can imagine. Over time, these small steps create habits, and habits create a life. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't brush once a year and hope for the best. You brush a little every day. It becomes automatic. It protects your health without you even thinking about it. The same is true for your dreams. Small daily actions create a foundation so strong that success becomes part of who you are. Another thing to remember is that small steps help you adjust when needed. If something isn't working, it's easier to change direction when you've been moving carefully. If you take one small wrong step, it's simple to correct. If you make one huge move in the wrong direction, it's much harder to fix. Small steps give you the freedom to learn as you go. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, didn't create success overnight. He tested thousands of different materials before finding the right one. Every failed attempt was a small step towards success. He famously said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. His story reminds us that every small effort teaches us something valuable. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to begin. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. The important thing is to keep moving, even on days when you feel tired, even on days when you feel scared, even on days when you doubt yourself, especially on those days. Action builds hope. Action builds strength. Action builds dreams. You are capable of more than you know. You are stronger than you feel right now. You have a fire inside you that can light up the world, one small step at a time. So today, choose one small action toward your dream. Make the call. Write the email, start the book, practice the skill, smile at a stranger, speak your truth, stand a little taller, and tomorrow, choose another. Before you know it, you will look back and see how far you've come. You will stand in the life you created, not because you leaped once, but because you walked, one steady step at a time, every single day. Small steps create big changes, and you have everything you need to begin right now. Chapter 5, Courage Overcomes Fear. Fear is a feeling that every person knows. It whispers doubts in our minds. It tells us to stay where it's safe. It tries to protect us from failure, embarrassment, or pain. But if we listen to fear too much, it also keeps us from growing. It locks us inside a small life when a bigger, more beautiful life is waiting outside the door. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward even when fear is there. Many people think that brave people are not afraid. That is not true. Brave people feel fear just like everyone else. The difference is they don't let fear decide their actions. They hear the fear, but move anyway. They act even when their hands are shaking. They speak even when their voice trembles. They stand up even when their legs feel weak. Think about Rosa Parks, the woman who refused to give up her seat on a bus because of unfair laws. She must have been scared. She knew there could be serious consequences, but she chose courage over fear. Her simple act of bravery helped spark a movement for justice. She didn't wait to feel fearless. She acted while still feeling the fear. You don't have to change the world overnight to be brave. Sometimes courage is found in small moments. Saying what you really feel, trying something new, asking for help when you need it, admitting when you made a mistake. These moments may seem small, but each one makes you stronger inside. Fear often grows in silence and stillness. The longer you wait, the bigger it feels. But when you take action, even a tiny action, fear begins to shrink. It's like standing up to a shadow. From a distance, the shadow looks big and scary. But when you step closer, you see it's much smaller than you thought. Remember, fear often lies. It tells you that you are not good enough. It tells you that you will fail. It tells you that people will laugh at you. But most of the time, those fears never come true. And even if they do, you are strong enough to handle them. Facing fear doesn't mean everything will be easy, but it means you will be proud of yourself at the end of the day. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. That's where you discover your true strength. Take the example of Alex Honnold, a rock climber who climbed El Capitan without ropes. His story was turned into a movie called Free Solo. What made his achievement incredible was not that he was fearless. In fact, he spent years preparing and training because he respected the risks. He built his courage step by practicing over and over. When the day came, he trusted the strength he had built. In your own life, you don't have to climb mountains, but there will be moments when you must climb over your own fears. Maybe it's applying for a job you want. Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting. Maybe it's following a dream that no one else understands. Those are your mountains, and you are strong enough to climb them. One way to deal with fear is to break it down. Ask yourself, what exactly am I afraid of? What is the worst thing that could happen? Could I handle it if it did? When you name your fear, it loses some of its power. When you imagine the worst case scenario, you realize that even if it happens, you can find a way to move forward. Another trick is to think about the cost of not acting. Ask yourself, what will my life look like if I let fear stop me? What dreams will I lose if I keep waiting? How will I feel years from now if I never try? Often, the pain of regret is much greater than the pain of failure. Failure hurts for a moment. Regret can hurt for a lifetime. You must choose which pain you can live with, the pain of trying and falling, or the pain of never trying at all. Another important thing to know is that courage is contagious. When you act bravely, you inspire others to do the same. Your courage can create a ripple effect. You never know who is watching, who needs to see someone take a stand, who needs to believe that change is possible. Look at Greta Thunberg, a young girl who sat outside her country's government building with a sign calling for action on climate change. She was alone at first, just a small figure with a big heart, but her courage spread across the world, inspiring millions to take action too. She didn't wait to feel powerful. She acted with the power she already had. You too have that power. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to take the next step. Another way to grow your courage is to remember your why. Why did you start? Why does it matter to you? Why is it worth facing fear? When your why is strong enough, it pulls you forward through doubt, fear, and failure. It reminds you that your dreams are bigger than your fears. Life rewards the brave, not because they are lucky, not because they never fall, but because they refuse to let fear be the boss of their life. You can start building courage today. Speak kindly to yourself. Remind yourself of times when you have been brave before. Take small risks to strengthen your courage muscles. Each brave act, no matter how small, is like adding a brick to the foundation of a strong, fearless life. You were not born to live small. You were not born to be trapped by fear. You were born to rise, to create, to inspire. Fear may visit you, but it doesn't get to control you. Courage is your choice, and you are strong enough to choose it every single day. So when fear knocks on your door, stand tall. Smile and say, I see you, but I am moving forward anyway, and take that next brave step toward the life you dream of. Many people believe that success is about one big moment. They think it happens in a flash, a sudden opportunity, a lucky break, or a single act of greatness. But real success is not built on one moment. It is built on many small efforts repeated day after day. The true secret is consistency. Consistency means showing up even when you don't feel like it. It means doing the work even when no one is watching. It means staying committed even when progress feels slow. Big dreams don't need perfect effort, they need steady effort. A little bit of progress every day adds up to something powerful. Over time, small actions pile up like bricks building a strong house. One brick alone doesn't look like much, but brick by brick, you create something solid that can stand for a lifetime. Think about learning to play an instrument. No one picks up a guitar and becomes a master overnight. It's the practice every day, sometimes exciting, sometimes boring, that turns a beginner into a musician. A few minutes every day can do more than a few hours once in a while. The same is true for any dream you have. Whether you want to start a business, write a book, get fit, or change your life, what matters most is not how much you do in a single day, but how often you show up to do it. Let's take the story of Florence Nightingale, the founder of modern nursing. She didn't transform healthcare in one grand act. She worked tirelessly, day after day, often facing resistance, criticism, and exhaustion. She stayed consistent in her mission to bring care and dignity to patients. Because she refused to give up, her efforts created lasting change that still helps millions today. You don't have to change the world to understand the power of consistency. You just have to decide to stay committed to your path. Many people give up not because their dreams are impossible, but because they expect quick results. When progress feels slow, they think something is wrong. They lose heart. But slow progress is still progress. A tiny step forward every day is a victory. If you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every morning to see if it's growing. You trust the process. You water it, give it sunlight, and wait. Growth happens underground long before you see it. Your dreams are the same. Trust that your daily actions are working, even if you don't see the full result yet. Consistency also builds character. It teaches discipline. It strengthens patience. It shows you who you are when no one else is looking. And this character is what carries you when things get hard. Consider a runner training for a marathon. There will be days when their legs are sore, when the weather is bad, when motivation is low. But if they lace up their shoes and run anyway, even just a short distance, they are building something more important than physical strength. They are building mental toughness. They are proving to themselves that they can be counted on, no matter what. You can do the same. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Perfection is not the goal. Showing up is the goal. On some days, your effort will feel strong and full of energy. On other days, it may feel tired and slow. Both days count. Both days matter. What matters is that you kept your promise to yourself. Another important thing to understand is that consistency does not mean doing the same thing forever without change. As you grow, you may adjust your actions. You may find better methods. You may discover smarter ways to move forward. But the heart of consistency is that you keep moving. You stay loyal to the journey, even as you learn and adapt. Consistency also helps build trust with others. When people see that you are steady and reliable, they believe in you more. Whether it's in friendships, business, or leadership, people are drawn to those who stay committed. Trust is not built in grand speeches. It is built in showing up again and again. Take the story of Vincent van Gogh. During his lifetime, he sold very few paintings. Most people didn't recognize his talent. He struggled with doubt, poverty, and rejection. But he kept painting. He created over 2,000 works of art because he stayed consistent with his passion. Today, his paintings are celebrated around the world. His story teaches us that your value is not measured by quick success, but by your devotion to your craft. There will be seasons when your work feels unnoticed, when it seems like no one cares, when it feels like the results are too small to matter. Those are the seasons when consistency matters most, because you are not just building a dream, you are building yourself. Every time you choose to act instead of giving up, you are shaping the person you are becoming. And here's a beautiful truth. When you stay consistent long enough, something magical happens. Momentum kicks in. At first, every step feels heavy, but after a while, each step becomes easier. Your habits grow stronger. Your confidence rises. Your actions begin to create real, visible change. It's like pushing a heavy wheel. At first, it barely moves. You struggle to make even an inch of progress. But if you keep pushing, little by little, the wheel starts to roll. It gains speed. Soon, it moves faster and easier than you ever thought possible. But it only happens because you kept pushing, even when it was hard. Your life works the same way. You don't have to be the fastest. You don't have to be the best right away. You just have to be the one who doesn't quit. Consistency is your secret weapon. It's not exciting at first. It's not glamorous, but it is powerful beyond anything else. Today, decide what small action you can take toward your dream. Then do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep building your future one steady step at a time. One day, you will look back and realize that all those small, faithful actions created a life far greater than you ever imagined. And it all started with a simple choice: to be consistent. Chapter 7, The Gift of Persistence. Every dream faces hard times. Every goal meets obstacles. Every journey has moments when giving up seems easier than going on. This is where persistence becomes your greatest strength. Persistence is not just about working hard. It is about continuing even when things get tough, even when you feel tired, and even when success seems far away. Many people start with excitement. They are full of energy at the beginning. They set goals, make plans, and take action. But as time passes, challenges appear. Progress feels slow. Problems show up. Doubt begins to whisper in their ear. This is the moment that separates those who succeed from those who stop. The winners are not always the most talented or the smartest. They are the ones who refuse to quit. Persistence is what carries you through the storms of life. It's what keeps you moving forward when everything around you tells you to stop. Think about Thomas Edison. When he was inventing the light bulb, he failed thousands of times. Someone once asked him if he felt like a failure because of all the times he had not succeeded. He replied, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This is the spirit of persistence. He understood that every failure was simply one step closer to success. You might not be inventing a light bulb, but you are inventing your future, and your future depends on your ability to keep going. When one path doesn't work, persistence finds another way. When one door closes, persistence looks for a window. When the road gets rough, persistence keeps walking. One powerful truth is this: your effort is never wasted. Even when it feels like nothing is working, you are growing stronger. You are learning skills, building character, and preparing yourself for the next step. Imagine a person digging for water in dry ground. If they dig only a few inches in many different places, they will never find water. But if they pick one spot and keep digging deeper and deeper, even when the ground is hard, eventually they will reach the water. Many people quit too soon. They stop digging just before they would have struck success. Don't let frustration trick you into quitting. Stay in the fight. Stay in the work. Your breakthrough might be just a few steps away. Think about J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter books. She was rejected by many publishers. She struggled with poverty and self-doubt, but she kept writing. She kept trying. Today, her books have inspired millions around the world. If she had given up after the first rejection, or the 2nd or the 10th, the world would have missed out on her incredible stories. Persistence does not mean ignoring difficulties. It means facing them head on, finding solutions, and pushing forward. Sometimes persistence means adjusting your plan without changing your goal. If one method doesn't work, try another. If one approach fails, learn from it and move forward with a better strategy. Being persistent does not make you stubborn. It makes you wise. You are not fighting blindly. You are learning, growing, adapting, and refusing to let setbacks define your journey. There will be days when you feel tired, discouraged, and defeated. On those days, remember why you started. Remember the dream that lit a fire in your heart. Remember the people who believe in you and the future that needs your light. Take the story of Wilma Rudolph. As a child, she suffered from polio, and doctors said she would never walk again. But she persisted through painful therapy and hard work. She not only walked, but went on to become an Olympic champion, winning 3 gold medals in track and field. Her story reminds us that no obstacle is too big when you have the heart to keep fighting. Your obstacles might look different, but the lesson is the same. Your future belongs to those who persist. Persistence also means believing in yourself even when others doubt you. There will be people who say you can't do it. There will be voices telling you to quit, but you must listen to your own inner voice, the one that says, keep going. You are closer than you think. Sometimes the biggest challenge is not outside you, but inside your own mind. It's the fear of failure, the fear of looking foolish, the fear of wasting your time. But here's the truth. You are not wasting your time when you chase your dreams. You are living fully. You are daring greatly. You are writing a story that you will be proud to tell. Persistence is a choice you make every day. You choose to show up even when you don't feel like it. You choose to take the next step even when you can't see the finish line. You choose to believe that the work you are doing will pay off, even if the results are not yet visible. Some days will be harder than others. That's normal. Persistence is not about feeling strong all the time. It's about staying in the race even when you feel weak. It's about holding on when every part of you wants to let go. Take small steps if you must. Rest if you must. But never quit. The story of your success is being written in the hard days, not just the easy ones. Each moment you persist, you are telling yourself and the world, I am serious about my dreams. I am willing to do what it takes. In time, persistence will reward you. You will see the results. You will feel the pride of knowing you didn't give up. You will live a life that others admire, not because it was easy, but because you stayed the course when it was hard. Persistence is a gift you give to your future self. It is an act of faith. It is a declaration that your dreams are worth fighting for. No one else can persist for you. It's your journey. It's your choice. And the beautiful thing is, you already have everything you need inside you. Strength, patience, fire, hope. They are all waiting for you to call them forward. So today and every day, choose persistence. Choose to keep moving. Choose to believe in the power of your journey. Your dreams are worth it, and so are you. In life, we all face a choice. Stay in the comfort of what we know, or step out into the unknown and grow. Comfort feels safe, easy, and familiar. It's where we know what to expect. But comfort can also keep us small. If we want to live a life full of meaning, we must choose courage over comfort. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward even when you are afraid. It is daring to take a step even when your knees are shaking. It is choosing to believe in possibilities even when doubt whispers in your ear. Every great story of success, of growth, of transformation begins with courage. Someone, somewhere, decided to leave behind what was easy and familiar and walk towards something greater. Think about Rosa Parks. On a simple bus ride home, she made a courageous choice. She refused to give up her seat because she believed in her dignity and the dignity of others. It was not a comfortable choice. It was a hard, dangerous one. But her courage sparked a movement that changed the course of history. Your choices might not make headlines, but they are just as important for your life. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you expand your world. You discover new strength inside yourself. You grow into the person you are meant to be. Comfort zones are tricky. They make us feel safe, but they also trap us. They whisper, "Stay here." It's easy. It's known. And while staying in your comfort zone might feel good for a while, after some time, it turns into restlessness, into boredom, into a deep knowing that you were made for more. Choosing courage doesn't mean you leap without thinking. It means you feel the fear and move forward wisely anyway. It means you understand that fear is a normal part of growth. In fact, if you are feeling fear, it's often a sign that you are on the right track, that you are about to do something that matters. Take the story of Walt Disney. Before he became famous, he faced many failures. He was fired from a newspaper for lacking creativity. His first animation company went bankrupt, but he kept going. He dared to dream bigger each time he was knocked down. He had the courage to imagine something that had never been done before. Today, his name is known around the world because he chose courage over comfort. You may not be creating an empire like Disney, but your dreams are no less important. Maybe your dream is to start a business. Maybe it's to go back to school. Maybe it's to speak up for something you believe in. Whatever it is, it will require courage. And you have that courage within you. Courage asks you to trust yourself, to believe that you can handle whatever happens, not because everything will be easy, but because you are strong enough to rise after every fall. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you are training your courage muscle. At first, it feels shaky. At first, the fear feels loud. But with every brave step, you get stronger. Your confidence grows. Your fear shrinks. Think about someone learning to swim. The first time they step into deep water, they are afraid. Their heart races. Their mind screams, "Get out!" But they stay. They learn to float, to move, to trust the water and their own body. Over time, what once seemed terrifying becomes easy, even joyful. Life works the same way. What is scary today will become your strength tomorrow if you just keep stepping forward. Another truth about courage, it inspires others. When you dare to step out, you give silent permission for others to do the same. Your bravery can light a fire in someone else's heart. Look at Malala Yousafzai. As a young girl, she stood up for the right of girls to have an education, even when it was dangerous to do so. Her courage didn't just change her life, it inspired millions around the world. She reminds us that even one voice, speaking with courage, can echo across the world. Maybe your act of courage will inspire your family, your friends, your community. Maybe it will inspire the next generation. Maybe it will simply inspire your own future self, who will look back and say, "Thank you for being brave." Choosing courage over comfort doesn't mean you won't make mistakes. You will. Everyone does. But mistakes are not the enemy. Fear of mistakes is. Mistakes are how we learn, how we grow, how we discover new paths we never would have seen if we stayed safe and silent. The important thing is to keep moving, keep daring, keep believing. Even when the voice of fear is loud, choose to act with courage. You will never regret being brave. You will never regret betting on yourself. You will never regret stepping into the fullness of who you can be. Comfort zones may feel good today, but in the long run, they cost too much. They cost you your growth. They cost you your dreams. They cost you the incredible life that is waiting for you just beyond your fear. You were not born to play small. You were not created just to be comfortable. You were made to shine, to rise, to inspire, and to live fully. And the key to all of that is courage. The next time you feel fear rising up, take it as a sign. You are standing at the edge of your growth. You are about to enter a bigger, brighter future. Smile at your fear. Thank it for trying to protect you. Then step forward anyway, because the life you dream of is not waiting inside your comfort zone. It's waiting just beyond it, and you are brave enough to go get it. Chapter 9, Build the Habit of Action. Success is not a one-time event. It is the result of small steps taken every day. Big dreams are important, but without action, they remain only dreams. If you want to change your life, you must build the habit of action. Action is powerful. It moves ideas from your mind into the real world. It turns hopes into reality. Without action, even the best ideas are useless. Without action, talent is wasted. Without action, dreams fade away. Building the habit of action is not about doing something huge every day. It's about doing something every day, no matter how small. Think of planting a tree. You don't plant it and expect it to be full grown overnight. You water it a little each day. You make sure it gets sunlight. You protect it from storms. Over time, the little things you do create a strong, beautiful tree. Your dreams work the same way. Daily actions, even small ones, build powerful results over time. Consider the story of Vincent van Gogh. In his short life, he created over 2,000 pieces of art. Many of them were painted in just the last 2 years of his life. He didn't wait for perfect inspiration or perfect conditions. He painted every day. Some paintings were small, some were quick, some were masterpieces. But the important thing is that he acted daily, and his body of work has inspired millions. You don't have to be an artist to live this way. Whatever your dream is, building a business, learning a skill, writing a book, helping your community, the key is to act, not just once, but again and again. Habits are powerful because they shape who you become without you even realizing it. When you choose action daily, it becomes a part of you. It becomes natural, just like brushing your teeth or tying your shoes. At first, building a habit feels hard. You have to push yourself. You have to remind yourself. You have to do it even when you don't feel like it. But if you stay consistent, action stops being a battle. It becomes automatic. It becomes a part of your identity. A small action is better than no action. 5 minutes is better than 0 minutes. 1 step forward is better than standing still. Sometimes we wait for the perfect time to act. We think, I'll start when I'm ready, or I'll start when everything is perfect. But the perfect time doesn't exist. The right time is now. Imagine someone who wants to run a marathon but waits until they feel ready. They might wait forever. Instead, the smart way is to start small. Maybe with a 5-minute jog. Maybe with walking around the block. Small actions build confidence, and confidence builds bigger actions. You don't need to know every step of the journey to start. You just need to take the first step. The path will become clearer as you walk. Think of Amelia Earhart. She didn't know exactly how she would become the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic, but she took the first steps. She learned about flying, practiced her skills, and stayed in action. Her small daily choices led to history-making moments. Every day is a new chance to build your habit of action. Ask yourself each morning, what is one thing I can do today to move closer to my goal? It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be real. Send an email, make a phone call, write a page, practice a skill, learn something new. Take one small step forward. Over time, these small steps add up to incredible results. You will look back one day and be amazed at how far you have come, all because you chose to act daily. Action beats fear. Many people are stuck because they are afraid of failing, afraid of looking foolish, afraid of making mistakes, but action weakens fear. The more you act, the less scary things seem. Remember, fear grows in silence and stillness. Fear shrinks when you move. Think about a child learning to ride a bicycle. At first, they wobble, they fall, they are scared, but they get back on, they try again, and eventually they ride freely, smiling without even thinking about it. This only happens because they took action again and again. You are no different. You are learning to ride the bicycle of your dreams. Yes, you may wobble. Yes, you may fall. But if you keep getting back up and taking action, you will ride free one day. Another important truth, action creates momentum. Momentum makes the next step easier. It's like pushing a car. At first, it takes a lot of effort to get it moving, but once it starts rolling, it becomes easier to keep it going. Your first actions might feel heavy. They might feel awkward, but keep pushing. Momentum will come, and soon you'll find yourself moving faster and easier than you thought possible. It's also important to celebrate your small wins. Every step you take deserves a moment of pride. Every action you complete is proof that you are serious about your future. Celebrate the call you made. Celebrate the page you wrote. Celebrate the lesson you learned. Small celebrations fuel big dreams. They keep your spirit alive and your motivation strong. Never underestimate the power of today. You don't have to wait for tomorrow to build your future. You can start right now, exactly where you are, with exactly what you have. Action doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. Messy action is better than perfect inaction. You are not just dreaming, you are doing. You are not just hoping, you are building. Every day you take action, you are shaping your future. You are becoming the person who doesn't just wish for things, but who works for them, earns them, and enjoys them. The habit of action is a gift you give yourself. It is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. So today, take a step, no matter how small, and then tomorrow, take another. Build the habit, build your future, and never stop moving forward. Chapter 10. Your action can change the world. Many people believe their actions are too small to make a real difference. They think, I'm just one person. How can I change anything? But the truth is, even the smallest action can create a ripple effect that reaches far beyond what you can see. Your action, no matter how small, can change the world. The world does not change all at once. It changes through millions of small, brave choices made every single day by people like you. When you choose kindness, you inspire others to do the same. When you stand up for what is right, you give others the courage to stand too. When you chase your dream, you light the way for others to chase theirs. You are more powerful than you know. Think about the story of Iqbal Masih. He was a young boy from Pakistan who was forced to work in a carpet factory from the age of 4. After escaping, he became a voice against child labor. His brave actions helped free many other children. Though he was very young, his voice shook the world. His courage made a difference far beyond his years. One small act, one brave step, can spark a change bigger than you could ever imagine. You might not see the full effect of your actions today. You might not even see it in your lifetime. But trust this, your actions matter. When a stone is dropped into a pond, it creates ripples that spread outward. Your actions are the same. A kind word, a helping hand, a moment of bravery, all of these send ripples across the world. Imagine a teacher who believes in a struggling student. One encouraging word can give that child the strength to keep going, to dream bigger, to rise above their circumstances. That child could grow up to invent something that saves lives, or write a book that inspires millions, or become a leader who changes the course of history. And it all began with one teacher's action. Your action today might seem small, but you never know how far it will reach. It's easy to feel small in a world so big. It's easy to believe your voice doesn't matter. But history shows us again and again that it is often the smallest voices that bring the greatest change. Think of Greta Thunberg, who started by skipping school to protest climate change outside her country's parliament. She was just one teenage girl with a sign, but her action sparked a global movement, inspiring millions of young people to stand up for the future of the planet. She didn't wait to become famous. She didn't wait for permission. She took action with what she had, where she was. You can do the same. You don't need to be perfect to make a difference. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to be willing to act. Every action you take toward kindness, courage, creativity, and justice sends a message. The world can be better. I am part of that change. Some days, your actions might feel invisible. You might wonder if they even matter, but they do. A nurse comforting a scared patient, a neighbor helping an elderly person carry groceries, an artist creating beauty in a broken world, a coach cheering for the kid who always comes in last. These are the acts that hold the world together. These are the sparks that light up the darkness. Don't ever believe your action is too small to matter. The world doesn't need more perfection. It needs more people willing to care, to try, to show up. You are one of those people. You have a light inside you, and when you act, that light grows brighter. Sometimes changing the world means creating change inside yourself first. When you decide to be brave, to be kind, to be strong, you are changing the world already, because you are changing your part of it, and that part touches others. Think of a garden. One gardener cannot plant every field, every forest, every park, but one gardener can create beauty where they are. And that beauty can inspire another gardener, and another, and another. Before long, a movement grows. A world is changed, all because one person decided to plant a seed. You are a gardener of hope, of courage, of kindness. With every action you take, you are planting seeds. Maybe you won't see the flowers bloom right away. Maybe the seeds will take time to grow, but they are growing, even now. Never forget, every great movement started with a single action, one voice speaking up, one person taking a stand, one heart daring to dream. You are capable of starting a ripple that becomes a wave. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment. You don't have to wait for someone else to go first. You don't have to be famous, powerful, or wealthy. You just have to act. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. If you help one person today, you have already changed the world for that person. If you make one person smile, you have made the world a little kinder. If you dare to follow your dream, you show others that it's possible for them too. Your life is your message. Your actions are your legacy. What story will your life tell? What change will your actions spark? The choice is yours. The power is yours. Believe it, own it, live it. You are not small. You are not powerless. You are a force for good, a light in the darkness, a builder of a better tomorrow. So go ahead, take that step, make that move, speak that truth, love that neighbor, build that dream, because your action can and will change the world. Conclusion: the journey begins with you. You have come to the end of this book, but your real journey is just beginning. The ideas you have read, the lessons you have learned, and the truths you have felt are not meant to stay on these pages. They are meant to live inside you, to move your hands, to guide your steps, and to light your way forward. Inspire action. This is more than just a phrase. It is a way of living. It is the understanding that your life is not built by what you think or what you hope, but by what you do. It is knowing that even one small step today can change the course of tomorrow. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to move. Even if your steps are small, even if they are shaky. Movement creates momentum. Momentum creates change. Change creates the life you dream of living. There will be days when action feels easy, when the fire inside you burns bright. And there will be days when it feels hard, when doubt and fear whisper in your ear. On those hard days, remember this: courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing to act even when you are afraid. You are capable of more than you know. You hold within you dreams waiting to be born, strength waiting to be tested, and greatness waiting to be revealed. But none of it will come to life without action. Take the first step, and then another, and another. Build the habit, fuel the fire, keep moving, no matter how small the steps may seem. Never underestimate the impact of what you do. Your actions can inspire others in ways you may never see. Your choices can lift hearts, spark hope, and even change the world. You do not have to be perfect to be powerful. You only have to be willing. Today is a new day. Today you can start. Today you can make the decision to live a life of action, not regret. Today you can choose to become the person who doesn't just dream about a better life, but builds it. The world is waiting for your light. It is waiting for your voice. It is waiting for your hands, your heart, and your actions. You are ready. You are enough. You have everything you need inside you. So go forward with courage, move with purpose, act with hope. Because when you inspire action, first in yourself, then in others, you inspire a future brighter than you can imagine. Your journey starts now, and the world will be better because you chose to begin. Thank you for spending these moments with me and for opening your heart to the call of action. Your time, your attention, and your willingness to listen are the very first steps toward the change you seek. Remember, every choice you make from here on out, no matter how small, echoes in the world around you. Keep the spark alive, keep moving forward, and know that your journey matters. If Inspire Action touched you, please consider supporting Fearless Audio, like, subscribe, and share these words with someone who needs them today. Together, we can build a community of doers, dreamers, and believers. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for listening. And thank you for choosing to live boldly. The world needs your action. Go inspire.